Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen carefully today, because this message is not just for the faint of heart. It's for the brave, the persistent, the chosen. You see, life has a way of testing us, pushing us to the limits, and at times it seems as though the world is against us. Many have fallen by the wayside, many have given up when the road got tough. But not you. You have endured. You have persevered. You stood firm when others walked away. And today I want to remind you of a powerful truth. God's chosen one always passes when others give up. You are that chosen one. And because you didn't quit, because you refused to be defeated, a great reward is waiting for you. It's not just coming, it's here. And it's time to walk boldly into the destiny that has been prepared just for you. You must understand from the very depths of your being that you are not a mere product of your circumstances or trials. Far too often people look at their difficulties, their setbacks and their failures and begin to define themselves by those experiences. They see the storm, the struggle, the hardship and conclude, this is who I am. But that is a dangerous deception. You are not a product of your trials. You are a product of a divine selection. When the winds blew hardest and the waves crashed fiercest, many fell by the wayside. Many gave up when the burden became too heavy, when hope seemed distant, and when the future appeared uncertain. But not you. You stood firm, you endured, and you didn't do it by chance or mere luck. You did it because God handpicked you. He set His eyes upon you in the midst of the chaos and said, this one I will use, this one I have chosen. That is not just a comforting thought, it is a profound reality. It is a spiritual truth that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Consider this. The storms of life are inevitable. No one escapes them. But the difference between the one who breaks and the one who breaks through is not the storm itself. It is the identity of the person caught in the storm. You are not the same as those who gave up. You are not the same as those who walked away defeated. There is something different about you, because you were selected, handpicked by God Himself, to stand in the fire and not be consumed by it. It is essential to grasp the magnitude of divine selection. It means that your life is not random. Your suffering is not meaningless. Your pain is not a punishment but a preparation. There is a purpose to everything you have been through, and that purpose is far greater than what you could have ever imagined. The challenges you faced were not accidental. They were strategically placed by God to shape you, mold you, and equip you for the calling He has on your life. When others saw walls, you saw a pathway. When others felt hopeless, you found strength. When others gave in to fear and despair, you chose to believe in the promise of God. That is divine selection in action. The ability to see beyond your circumstances, because your identity is anchored not in what you face, but in who you are in God's plan. You must reject the lies that your trials define you. Instead, embrace the truth that your survival through these trials marks you as one who is chosen. This is the same principle that the great heroes of faith lived by. The ones who changed history were not those who avoided hardship, but those who persevered through it because they knew that their trials did not determine their destiny. Their divine calling did. It is also important to remember that divine selection does not mean a life without problems. It means that in the midst of problems, God's grace is sufficient. It means that when the world says no, God says yes. It means that when everything around you seems to be falling apart, God is quietly working behind the scenes, preparing something remarkable for you. You were chosen to endure, to rise above, and to carry a message of hope. Your story is not one of defeat, but of victory. You passed the test when others failed. You remained faithful when others faltered. And because of that faithfulness, God's favor rests on you now more than ever. When you reflect on your journey, do not focus on the pain or the setbacks. Focus on the fact that you are here. You have made it this far despite all odds. You have proven that you are not just a survivor, but a conqueror. Your presence here today is a testament to God's divine selection. This selection is not a one-time event, it is a lifelong process. God continues to choose you every day to fulfill His purpose through your life. You are His instrument, His ambassador, His chosen vessel to impact the world around you. And the remarkable thing is that He does not call the qualified, He qualifies the called. So when life tries to define you by your circumstances, remember this: you are chosen. Chosen not because you were the strongest or the smartest, but because God saw something in you worth refining. He saw your potential, your heart, your spirit, and He decided that you were worth investing in. This divine selection is your identity, your foundation, your power source. It is what enables you to stand when others fall, to hope when others despair, and to move forward when others quit. It is a calling that transcends failure and disappointment, a calling that anchors you firmly in the promise of God. No matter what you have faced, no matter what trials you are currently walking through, never forget that you are chosen. You are handpicked. You are selected to endure, to overcome, and to fulfill a destiny greater than you could ever imagine. The circumstances you have faced do not define you. Your divine selection does. Endurance is the defining mark of those who are truly chosen. It is not talent, nor intelligence, nor wealth, nor even opportunity that ultimately separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It is endurance. It is the ability to keep going when every fiber of your being wants to quit. When the majority around you has given up, when they have thrown in the towel, and when the world seems to be against you, endurance is what sets you apart. Endurance is not merely about holding on. It is about pressing forward in spite of difficulty. It is the strength to continue walking the path when the road is rough. The courage to keep believing when the evidence points to failure, and the faith to stand when everything inside screams for you to fall. Endurance is a test that the chosen must pass. Many people begin well. They start their journeys with enthusiasm, hope, and dreams. But life is designed to wear you down. The difficulties, delays, disappointments, and defeats will come. Some will fall away, unable to continue. The difference is that you, the chosen one, did not quit. You endured. Endurance requires more than just physical strength. It demands spiritual resilience, mental toughness, and emotional stability. It demands that you look beyond the immediate pain and see the promise that lies ahead. When others saw obstacles, you saw opportunities. When others saw defeat, you saw victory. This is the hallmark of the chosen. those who endure with purpose and intention. The test of endurance is not easy. It wears on your patience, tests your faith, and challenges your character. But it is through endurance that your character is revealed and refined. The pressure of trials can either break you or build you. You passed because you chose to allow your trials to build you rather than break you. You held on when it was easier to let go. Endurance is closely tied to faith. It is faith in God's promises, faith in His timing, and faith in His plan for your life. When you endure, you demonstrate trust in the unseen. You prove that you believe what God said about your future more than what your current reality looks like. This faith fuels your perseverance. Remember, the story of the chosen is not about how quickly they reach their destination, but how faithfully they travel the journey. The one who finishes the race is not always the fastest, but the one who refuses to stop running. Endurance is the capacity to keep running even when the finish line is invisible. Endurance also teaches patience. In a world obsessed with instant results, waiting can feel like defeat. But for the chosen, waiting is a weapon, a time of preparation. Endurance means understanding that God's timing is perfect, and rushing the process will only delay the reward. You learn to endure with patience because you trust that the harvest will come at the appointed time. There is a reason why many give up, because the trial lasts longer than they expected, the struggle is more intense than they prepared for, or the promise seems delayed. But you are different. You were chosen to outlast those who quit. You were selected because you have what it takes to endure through every season. The Bible tells us that endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Hope is not wishful thinking, but a confident expectation of what God has promised. Your endurance has created within you a hope that does not disappoint, because it is rooted in the faithfulness of God. This hope is your anchor in every storm, your strength in every battle, and your light in every dark moment. Endurance also builds spiritual maturity. Those who endure become wise, discerning, and strong. You develop a deeper relationship with God, learning to depend on His strength rather than your own. You become a living testimony of God's power to sustain and uplift those He chooses. Think about every great leader, every spiritual giant, every person who has left a lasting impact on the world. None reached their place of influence without endurance. They faced opposition, rejection, failure, and pain, but they persevered. Their endurance set them apart as chosen vessels, fit for the purpose God had for them. You are no different. Your endurance proves your chosenness. It separates you from the crowd. It is the proof that you belong to a higher calling and that your breakthrough is on its way. Every moment you resisted quitting was a moment that brought you closer to your reward. The path you walk is not easy, but it is purposeful. The test of endurance is designed to prepare you for greatness, to stretch you beyond what you thought possible, and to reveal the strength that was always inside you. You did not fail because you endured. You passed because you stayed faithful. No matter how hard the journey has been, no matter how many times you wanted to give up, you chose to endure. And that choice marks you as one who is truly chosen. It marks you as someone who will not just survive but thrive. It marks you as someone destined to receive the reward reserved for those who do not quit. Endurance is the proof that you are God's chosen one. And because you have endured, the reward is now within reach. Pain is not the enemy you think it is. It is not a punishment, a curse, or a sign that you have been forgotten. On the contrary, pain is a purifier. It is a refining fire designed by God to shape you, to purify your purpose, and to reveal the true destiny that He placed inside you from the beginning. Every challenge, every trial, every moment of discomfort you have endured was not wasted or random. It was intentional and necessary. When you go through pain, you are going through a process of purification. Think of gold or silver in a furnace. The fire is intense, uncomfortable, and even dangerous. But it is necessary to remove the dross, the impurities that diminish the value of the metal. In the same way, the pain you experience in life is meant to remove what is unnecessary in your character, your mindset, and even your life circumstances, so that the pure, valuable purpose God designed can shine through. Many people try to avoid pain at all costs, but the truth is, pain cannot be avoided if you are destined for greatness. If you want to fulfill the purpose that God has placed within you, pain will come because it is part of the purification process. The question is not whether pain will come, but how you respond when it does. Will you let it defeat you, or will you let it refine you? Pain teaches you lessons that comfort never could. It reveals hidden weaknesses, exposes areas that need growth, and strips away anything that is false or superficial. When you face hardship, you are forced to confront who you really are, what you really believe, and what you are truly made of. This process is not pleasant, but it is essential. The challenges you have encountered were not just obstacles to stop you. They were tools God used to prepare you. Your purpose is like a seed planted deep inside you, and pain is the necessary pressure that cracks the shell so that the seed can grow. Without pressure, without resistance, the seed would remain dormant. But with it, growth is inevitable. You may have felt crushed, broken, or overwhelmed, but these experiences are the very moments that brought your purpose closer to the surface. Pain also reveals the strength and resilience within you that you never knew existed. When you are purified by pain, you become stronger, wiser, and more focused. You learn to rely not on your own strength, but on the strength that comes from God. You begin to understand that your purpose is greater than any temporary suffering. Pain sharpens your vision and clears your focus, helping you see your path more clearly. It is through pain that many discover their true calling. Sometimes, the plans we have for ourselves are shaped by comfort and ease, but God's purpose for us is often revealed in the furnace of affliction. The struggle you have faced has a way of opening doors in your heart and mind, unlocking potential that would have remained hidden in times of peace. Every great story of transformation involves pain. The heroes of faith did not bypass suffering. They walked through it. They were purified by it. Their pain was not meaningless. It was purposeful. And your pain is no different. It is part of your story of transformation, a story that is far from over. Pain also teaches humility. It reminds you that you are not self-sufficient, that you need God's guidance and grace every step of the way. This humility is essential for fulfilling your purpose because it keeps you grounded and dependent on the one who formed you. Without it, pride can blind you, and the true purpose can become distorted. Remember, the purification process through pain is not instant. It takes time, patience, and faith. You may not see the results immediately, and the process may feel unfair, but every moment of pain is working behind the scenes to remove what hinders you, to cleanse your heart, and to prepare you for the greatness that awaits. You may be tempted to ask, why me? Why do I have to suffer? The answer is simple, because you have been chosen. You have been set apart. The purpose inside you is valuable, and God will not allow anything to stand in the way of it being fulfilled. Pain is the instrument He uses to purify your purpose, to remove the distractions, and to reveal the person you were created to be. Your challenges are not curses but callings. They are not setbacks but setups for a future filled with meaning, impact, and fulfillment. Pain is the purifying fire that will bring you through to a place of clarity and power. So embrace your pain with the confidence that it is working for you, not against you. Let it refine you, remove the unnecessary, and prepare you for the purpose that God placed inside you. The trials you have faced have not been in vain. They have been the refining process that reveals your destiny. One of the greatest truths you must carry in your heart is this: the reward you receive is directly proportional to the resistance you have overcome. The greater the battle, the greater the blessing. This is a divine principle woven into the fabric of life. It is not accidental or random. What you have endured, every hardship, every struggle, every opposition, has been preparing you for a reward so great that many cannot even comprehend it. Resistance is not meant to discourage you, it is meant to prepare you. It is a measure of how much you will be blessed. When life pushes back hard, it is not because God has forgotten you or turned His back on you. No, it is because you are destined for something far greater than comfort. You have been set apart for a higher purpose, and the intensity of the resistance is a sign of the magnitude of the reward ahead. Imagine a great athlete preparing for a championship. The harder the training, the tougher the challenges, the more disciplined the process, the greater the victory on game day. Your life works the same way. The battles you face are the training ground for your breakthrough. Each challenge is building muscles of faith, strength, and endurance that you will need to carry the weight of the blessing that awaits. Many people give up because they cannot see the reward on the horizon. They look at the resistance and conclude that the struggle is too much, the fight is too long, or the pain is too deep. But the chosen do not look at resistance as a sign to quit. They see it as proof that the blessing is real and worth fighting for. You stayed in the fight because you understood that the reward is proportional to what you endure. Resistance has a way of revealing your true value. When you face intense opposition and still push forward, you demonstrate that you are not ordinary. You show that you possess something rare, a spirit that refuses to be broken. This spirit is the key that unlocks the door to the reward that many only dream about. It is important to realize that rewards are not always immediate or visible. Sometimes the blessing is hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. But rest assured, the struggle you went through has laid the foundation for that blessing. Like a seed buried deep in the soil, your reward is growing in the unseen, nurtured by the resistance you have faced. Many miss their reward because they give up too soon. They quit right before the breakthrough. But you, the chosen one, have endured long enough to see the fruit of your labor. The resistance you have overcome has equipped you with wisdom, resilience, and perspective that others do not have. It has prepared you to receive and steward the blessing with humility and gratitude. This principle is echoed in the lives of the great figures of faith. Their rewards were never handed to them easily. They fought battles that seemed insurmountable, faced opposition that was overwhelming, and endured trials that tested every fiber of their being. Yet their reward matched the magnitude of their struggle. This is the law of divine proportion. Your resistance also creates a unique testimony. Your story of overcoming hardship will inspire others who are currently in the battle. Because you have passed through the fire, you can encourage those still walking through the flames. Your reward is not just for you, it is a light for the world. Sometimes the reward comes in unexpected ways. It may not look like what you imagined, but it is always perfect for the season of your life. God's blessings are never random or generic. They are tailor-made to fit the person who has endured the journey. The greater the resistance, the more profound the blessing. You must be ready to receive the reward and the fullness that God intends. This means embracing the blessing with an open heart and a humble spirit. Resistance prepares you not just to receive, but to handle the blessing wisely. It builds the character necessary to walk in the fullness of what has been promised. Never forget that the battles you faced were never meant to defeat you, but to define you. They were the pressure that formed the diamond, the weight that strengthened the muscles, and the challenge that shaped the champion. Your reward reflects the size of the battle because it was crafted specifically for the one who endured. So hold fast to this truth. Your resistance is the measure of your reward. The greater the opposition, the greater the blessing. What you have gone through has not been in vain. You are being prepared for a future so bright and a blessing so grand that it will surpass all your expectations. Your victory is far greater than a personal achievement. It is a legacy, a beacon, a light that shines not only for you but for generations to come. When you persevered through every trial and never gave up, you did more than just secure your own breakthrough. You became a source of inspiration and hope for countless others who are still struggling in the darkness. Your endurance sends a powerful message to the world. God's chosen ones finish. It is easy to forget sometimes that our struggles are not just about us. The battles you fought and the victories you won echo beyond your own life. They ripple through your family, your community, and even through history. Your story becomes a living testimony that others can look to when they feel like giving up. You are a living proof that God's promises are true and that with faith and perseverance, victory is inevitable. When you refuse to quit, when you stand strong in the face of adversity, you ignite a fire in others. People who are weary, who feel broken or defeated, see your example and are encouraged to keep fighting. Your victory becomes their hope. Your story becomes their fuel. This is the power of perseverance. It transcends personal success and becomes a torch passed down to those who come after you. Generations look for heroes, not heroes because they never struggled, but heroes because they overcame. You are that hero for many. Your life sends a message that no matter how fierce the storm, no matter how long the night, God's chosen ones rise, overcome, and finish strong. This is a legacy far greater than wealth or fame. It is the legacy of hope. Your victory also teaches others the value of endurance and faith. It shows that the road to success is not always smooth or easy, but it is always worth it. It reveals that giving up is never an option for those who understand their identity as God's chosen. Through your example, people learn that setbacks are setups for comebacks, that pain is a necessary part of the process, and that perseverance unlocks the door to destiny. When your story is shared, it breaks chains. It lifts spirits. It changes mindsets. Your perseverance becomes a bridge for others to cross from despair to hope, from defeat to victory. The seeds of courage you plant today will grow into forests of faith in the lives of those who hear your testimony. Your victory is a gift to the future. It builds a foundation on which others can stand taller. The generations that come after you will benefit from your strength and your refusal to quit. They will learn that greatness is born not just from talent or opportunity, but from the ability to endure and finish strong. Your life becomes a roadmap, a guide, a beacon lighting the way forward. Never underestimate the impact of your perseverance. Even when you feel unnoticed or unappreciated, remember that your victory is changing lives. What you may see as a small step forward could be the giant leap of faith someone else needs to keep moving. Your journey is proof that God's chosen ones do not quit, do not settle, and ultimately do not fail. This is why your story matters. It is why your triumphs matter, because through your perseverance, you are not just winning your own battles, you are empowering others to win theirs. You become a living legacy of hope and strength that will inspire countless others to embrace their own divine calling and to push through every obstacle. When you think of victory, think beyond yourself. Think of the generations who will be inspired by your example long after your battle has ended. Your perseverance today creates a future of hope for many. Your victory today is the foundation of triumph for generations yet unborn. You have proven that God's chosen ones finish strong. Your life is a testament to that truth, a beacon shining brightly for those who need to see that the fight is worth it. Your victory is a gift, not only to yourself, but to the generations that follow. Now is the time, the moment you have been preparing for, the season you have been longing to see. Your season of breakthrough is not coming, it is here. The delay, the waiting, the struggle, all of it was necessary to prepare you for this very hour. God has prepared a destiny for you, a purpose that is filled with reward, favor, and fulfillment. It's time to rise, to step boldly, and to claim what is rightfully yours. Too often, people hesitate at the threshold of their breakthrough. They are uncertain, fearful, or doubtful, held back by what they have experienced or what they think they are not yet ready for. But you have passed the test of endurance. You have been purified by pain, and you have conquered resistance. All of that has equipped you with everything you need to step confidently into your destiny. The time for doubt is over. Boldness is not arrogance. It is a God-given confidence that rises from knowing who you are and whose you are. You are God's chosen. You have proven yourself worthy by persevering when others gave up. This is the foundation of your boldness. It is the assurance that God's promises are true and that His favor surrounds you like a shield. Now is the time to walk forward with courage and claim your inheritance. Your rewarded destiny is more than a goal or a dream. It is a divine appointment with purpose. It is the fulfillment of everything God has spoken over your life. The battles, the tests, the waiting, all were preparing you for this moment of victory. When you step boldly into your destiny, you align yourself with God's perfect plan and open the door to the blessings He has prepared. Remember, stepping into your destiny requires action. It requires moving forward even when the path is not fully visible. Faith is not passive, it is active. It calls you to take the next step, to walk into the unknown with the confidence that God will lead you. Your past struggles have given you the strength to take this step. Your future reward depends on it. This is your time to embrace your destiny with a heart full of faith and eyes fixed on the prize. The reward you have been waiting for is not just a distant hope, but a present reality. The breakthrough you longed for is unfolding now. It is time to stand tall, speak boldly, and move with purpose, because God has already gone before you. When you step boldly, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon for those still hesitating on the edge. You show them that faith is stronger than fear, that victory belongs to those who dare to believe and act. Your boldness is not just for your benefit, but for the upliftment of everyone watching your journey. Do not let fear or past failures hold you back. Your identity as God's chosen one is stronger than any doubt. Your perseverance has proven that you are ready. Now, with boldness, claim the destiny prepared for you. Walk forward knowing that every challenge you faced was to prepare you for this moment of triumph. Your destiny is rewarded because you endured, because you persevered, and because you believed. It is time to stop waiting and start walking into the fullness of what God has prepared. The doors are open, the way is clear, and the blessings are ready to be received. Rise up now. Step boldly into your rewarded destiny. This is your moment to shine, to lead, and to fulfill the purpose that only you can fulfill. The season of your breakthrough is not on its way, it is here. Claim it with confidence, walk in it with faith, and live it with joy. So now, stand firm in the truth that you are God's chosen. You did not just survive the storm, you conquered it. You did not just face the fire, you were refined by it. And now the reward that has been prepared for you, the destiny that has been designed for you, is ready for you to claim. Walk forward with boldness, not hesitation, with confidence, not fear, and with faith, not doubt. Remember, your breakthrough is not just about what you receive, it's about who you become in the process. You have been shaped, strengthened, and positioned to not only enjoy the reward, but to carry it with wisdom, humility, and purpose. The world is waiting for the fullness of your destiny to be unleashed. The time is now. Step into your destiny boldly, because God's chosen one always finishes strong. And as you move forward, never forget this: your victory is the proof that with God all things are possible. Your life is a testimony that when you refuse to give up, refuse to quit, and keep moving in faith, you unlock the blessings reserved only for the faithful. So go forth now, live boldly, and let your life shine as a beacon of hope for generations to come. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your destiny. Claim it, walk it, and live it, because you have passed when others gave up, and now the reward is yours.